Take a deep breath as we examine two known problems that affect the air we breathe and the health of our planet. First is nitrogen oxide or NOx emissions, which is a precursor to ozone and commonly known as smog. And second is carbon dioxide or CO2 emissions, which contribute to the greenhouse gases affecting climate change. When you talk about NOx emissions and CO2 greenhouse gas emissions, the first thing to remember is that these are two very different problems. The first affects our health and the second directly impacts our planet. Smog, that familiar haze we face every day, occurs when nitrogen oxide interacts with organic compounds and sunlight in a chemical reaction in the atmosphere and produces an inversion layer of airborne particles and ground level ozone, which is dangerous to our health. Cars, trucks, and buses, along with industry, are some of the biggest contributors to smog. Almost 80% of the NOx in the atmosphere comes from the exhaust of transportation vehicles, rail, aircraft, and sea-facing vessels. The remaining 20% comes from the combustion of other fossil fuels, including some natural gas, by residential and industrial equipment, as well as power plants. While ozone high up in the atmosphere is good and protects our planet from harmful radiation, ground level ozone or NOx trapped in the inversion layer is harmful to human health. This is why the government is enacting the Clean Air Act, which directs the Environmental Protection Agency to set national ambient air quality standards to reduce ozone, airborne particulates, NOx, and other air pollutants to levels that protect public health. Efforts are being made globally to help industry and consumers to meet the strict air quality requirements by reducing air pollutants through the development of innovative natural gas technologies. For example, by converting to natural gas powered vehicles or NGVs, you will see a 20% reduction in NOx emissions. While NOx affects our health by polluting the air we breathe, carbon dioxide or CO2 greenhouse gas contributes to climate change on a global scale and plays a role in ozone depletion high in the atmosphere. When we talk about greenhouse gases, we are mainly talking about CO2, which is a byproduct of carbon-based fuel combustion. In fact, CO2 produced by industry and manufacturing is a primary source of these emissions. One way to help reduce the CO2 from combustion is by making engines more fuel efficient. If you use 10% less fuel, you just reduced your emissions by 10%. Less fuel consumption means less CO2. So, let's all work towards a better planet by improving the health of our planet.